What's up, man? What's up, brother? Just give me a second. I'm just adding Asmir to the convo.
What's up, brate?
Hold on, let me just fix my phone there. There we go.
All right.
Good evening. There we go. Welcome to Eurostep, guys. First
Welcome.
Sorry.
All right, so let's. Hey, cheers. I'm drinking water though. I hope it's fine. I drink a beer all year, but I'm drinking water now. So yeah, maybe next time I'll have a beer.
Sorry, brother.
That's fine though. All right, let's wait. Maybe like a couple of minutes to see if some more people are gonna join.
We'll give it a minute or so.
Hey Todd, how's it going?
What's up, Chris? Just fix my. Sorry, just gonna fix my camera here a bit. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, big day.
Are the kids in bed?
Oh yeah, they go to bed at 8. They've been in bed for an hour already. So
that's it, man. Nice.
This is our first ever Eurostep talk, Todd. We're talking about the sport card market, the new rookies coming into the game, what people think of the card market, questions you guys can ask. Hopefully we can answer them, give you guys our opinions on it.
This hopefully will become your guide to investing, Todd.
Yes.
In basketball cards.
Remember, these are always just opinions.
Yeah.
Always opinions. No one's ever 100% right, but my last 3 years have been incredible, so I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, but the thing with Balkan people, though, is that we always think we're right. So we don't give a shit about what you think, right? We're just like, hey, this is what I think, and this is the right thing, right?
With the stubbornness of us. What's up, Ken?
Exactly.
Up, Ken? Welcome, man. Where did I put it down? So, guys, today this will be the giveaway. You guys can see it. We're gonna explain it as we go along. Luka Doncic high voltage.
Yeah. So,
soccer. Soccer, I can help you out in. This is. So my kids is still awake. Gonna have to tap out.
That's okay, Kat, as long as you come back later.
Yeah, Kat, no problem, man. You got to do what you got to do. Put what in the bottom? What would you like me to put, brother? I think I got to get glasses. The old age is kicking in. I haven't checked my eyes in years.
All right. Well, I guess we can get this started, and I guess like more people will join as we get into it. So yeah, like Steven just showed a Luka Doncic high voltage card. I don't know if you can show it again.
Yeah.
So this is going to be today's giveaway. We'll try to do this a few times here and there during these live shows. So all you have to do to get into the random for this card is to type hashtag the Eurostep in the comments, and we're going to run a random once this live is done after, and the top spot is going to win the card. So pretty simple, and we'll remind you guys as more people join a bit later. So yeah, put it down in the screen.
You can't see me, Todd, or what's up, Tom?
There you go. That's it, Todd. You got it.
Thanks, Todd. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I see where you say you want in the comments. There you go.
You got it, my man.
You want to keep track of that for me if you don't mind? I can't seem to find a pen.
Yeah, for sure. I got it.
Just write the name down and just send me that text after. I'll take care of it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So Todd Noble, hey.
All right, we got two guys watching, Kent and Todd. Nice, welcome, guys.
Yeah, and like I said, let's just get into it, and
yeah,
I don't care if it's just Kent and Todd. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's all we need, man. We need a couple.
That's all we need. That's it. And anyways, like this video is gonna stay up on the feed, so anyone can watch it after.
Yeah, it'll also be on YouTube as well. So.
Yeah, Kent, you're in there as well. Thank you, my man. So yeah, maybe we can go over like today's menu if you want, Steven. Just like let the guys know a bit what we want to talk about.
Okay, guys. So pretty much what we're going to talk about today is we're going to start off. We're just going to explain myself and Asmir himself on how we got into collecting, and just a little bit, nothing too crazy into detail. Um, this is better than the debate.
Yeah, fuck the debate, man. Trump is not
We live
going to
in
win.
Canada,
It's over.
bro. We live
Yeah,
in Canada.
that's it.
If Trudeau was debating, then I understand.
But yeah, maybe
So
Steven,
yeah,
you can start. Maybe just tell us a bit like about yourself, like how you started collecting cards and how you started getting interested in basketball.
okay, so basketball, first of all, I started getting interested from a very young age, watching the Bulls play with my dad, Tony Kukoc, all the great legend,
Nice.
Dragan Petrovic. Um, Also, I never really collected basketball as a kid. I collected mostly hockey.
Hmm.
So but it was different younger when my mom used to go to the dollar store and only used to get a pack or two. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Nothing crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then I got away from it, and then I pretty much picked up pretty much before the World Cup of soccer. Soccer actually got me back in. I got back into. I never really collected soccer at all, so I started collecting soccer cards, and then
Wait, was that like the '96 World Cup in France? Was that it? Was that the
no,
one?
the last one, the 2018.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I started. So actually, what happened was I started collecting a little bit of soccer, and then I got into a little basketball with my friend. We started collecting. Actually, we started buying. We were the smart ones. We started buying the Luka Doncic Prism
Nice.
boxes. We were buying them. I remember when they came out, they were $239 a box at the local shop.
That was
Luka
crazy.
Doncic
Yeah.
hobby boxes. These were hobby boxes,
Wow.
and we made a couple of mistakes back then, but yeah. So pretty much, basketball's always been my dream. I played basketball grade 6, 7, and 8 elementary school.
Nice.
I did just regular local stuff, nothing too crazy. Always loved the game. It's. I think soccer and basketball are my two favorites.
Nice.
So, but anyways,
So yeah,
what do you
similar.
know?
Yeah, similar to me. Basically, so my dad was a soccer coach. So I used to play soccer for my dad's team when I was like 7, 8, up until like 12 years old. But I secretly loved basketball more than soccer, and I couldn't tell my dad because he was soccer coach. You know how Bosnian dads are, right?
Yeah, I know.
And so I used to buy basketball cards back then. So like late like '90s basketball cards, and I had like a couple of just like basic like top sets and nothing crazy, but like a couple nice sets that I had. I started collecting back then. So and eventually I started playing basketball as well, and I played at a kind of like a high level as well. I played in Cégep. We have Cégep in Quebec here. I'm in Montreal, by the way, guys. So hey, Nanad. And yeah, so I played basketball as well. So I always had like this kind of like passion for the sport in general, or like how the sport is played, and like I always watched it. Like I've been a student of the game for a long time now. So that's what that's what I like right now about the hobby game, is that if you have like some kind of like decent knowledge of the game and of the players and how the game should be played, I feel like you have some sort of edge. You're not just investing in whoever is cool, right? You're investing in players that are going to be eventually good, right? So that's what I'm trying to do, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much where my passion comes from for the cards. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Because similar with me, my dad was always a soccer guy, but he always had basketball. I still remember going to the Skydome, now the Rogers Center, watching the, what was it, 92, 93, when they had the FIBA championships here.
Right. I don't know. I arrived in Canada in '93 actually, when I was 7. So yeah.
Okay. So yeah, maybe yeah. So I can't remember. It was after. I think it was '94, because Dragan died '93, and it was the year after Dragan died.
Right. Okay. That would make sense.
I remember watching Croatia versus US here, and Croatia versus Greece here. I remember watching.
Nice. That's it. By the way, guys, if you guys want to tell us about like how you guys got into the hobby of collecting basketball cards or whatever actually sport, we would be interested in reading that. We always want to know about where the passion of our members comes from. So feel free to write it in the comments. Nana, by the way, my man, if you want to comment, hashtag the Eurostep, you're going to get into the free giveaway for this week, which is a high voltage Luka Doncic 2019 hoops. So just comment hashtag the Eurostep. Cool. So moving on, Stephen, maybe to the next point. I think it's interesting to talk about like where we're at in the card market right now. That hey Miguel, same thing for you, my guy. Just comment, and you're gonna get a chance to win the card. But yeah, I guess we can discuss like what's happening with cards right now, where we are right now in the card market, what's happening with the prices and stuff.
Well, what I've been noticing, like I said, like we discussed earlier, this is all my information, just so everyone knows. I'm getting it from cardladder.com. I know Asmir uses it as well. I think it's 15 US a month.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems high when you kind of like approach it that way, because there isn't any like to me it's like the only solid, real, good info I found about card investing right now. There's other platforms I've seen as well, but they're more expensive. So that one is pretty decent for 15, I think.
Yes, it's actually very decent, because I don't know if you've heard of Sports Card Investors.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I joined them a while ago, and if you want to get a platform where and Card Ladder where you get the grid kind of thing, the linear chart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For them, Sports Card Investor, it's $49 a month.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a lot.
So for 15, I'm not gonna.
No, that's it. But I mean, like maybe if you're a guy that's investing like I don't know, like a couple thousands per month on card, well, yeah, then maybe it makes sense. But yeah, thanks for letting us know, Kent. That's cool. What do you say? Wait a second. I'm gonna. Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Cool. Welcome back, man. I missed your comment, Ned.
All right. But yeah, so on Card Ladder, what's nice is that you can kind of like follow trends for a card. So you can see like what were the latest sales for, let's say, the Brandon Clark Prism Silver PSA 10 over the past month, maybe. So that's like super interesting, because you can see like kind of like in advance, oh, this card seems to be going up, so it might be worth investing in that card. So I highly recommend it. Like if you guys want to get into like some like serious investing, like this is a really useful tool.
Yeah, it helps out. It helps out a lot, exactly, because you can use it off your phone. Hey, Ken, Slabstock. I know Slabstock does it as well. They've been getting into the card market a lot more lately. I've known, but this just seems a little bit more interesting to me. I don't know. This is just strictly cards. On also hobby. They have some hobby boxes up here, I've noticed as well. And it gives you the daily percentages. It gives you weekly percentages. It gives you monthly, 3 months. It gives you everything, right? To know how the.
No, it's very interesting. Yeah, I know that I've been following the guys from Slapstacks for a while now. They're really interesting, like their podcasts and their Instagram page as well. Like they have like a lot of like really solid info on there. But this platform of card investing doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. Like they keep saying, oh, it's gonna come soon. But like nothing is happening. I feel like they're having trouble. Well, I heard they're having trouble with eBay right now, because they want to have like some sort of way to be able like to sell your cards directly on eBay or to buy from their platform. And I'm guessing, like knowing how eBay is, I'm guessing eBay must be like pretty hard on them for that. So hopefully they can make it happen, and they can have something pretty solid, because like what they're planning looks really interesting.
Yeah, well, Card Ladder kind of has that too. You can click on the card and you can go buy it on eBay if that's a similar thing.
Yeah.
It's not the thing, but the latest you can go back is only 2 weeks on this, so it's still pretty up to date according to what's going on. Like I noticed, one of the guys I was trying to find was Donovan Mitchell Optics Ross.
Yeah.
Rated rookies. They were going for, I'm using, these are US dollars terminology I'm using. They're going for less than like 15 US. like 2 weeks ago.
Which is crazy. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and which is very crazy because he's. Yes, it does, then at 100%. But yeah, like it is very crazy, 100%. And but like that's just I'm just giving that one card as an example, right? Like, but as hold on one second. You keep continue. I just wanted to read on.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so we wanted to like quickly have a look at the market right now. So I think like pretty much everyone kind of like noticed this, but so most teams that kind of like got out of the playoffs, so their cards would drop. So for example, Giannis, as soon as he got out of the playoffs, card prices dropped. Same thing for Luka. Same thing for Jason Tatum as well. So people were kind of like noticing, okay, so as soon as we don't see the teams and the players on camera, well, people kind of like stop investing in them and cards go for lower. And that's pretty normal, I think, like in the visual era that we are right now. The more you see a player on screen on your phone or whatever,
especially with social media and everything like
that's
that.
That's it. Yeah,
that's a good way to look at it. I never thought about.
Yeah, and it's a highlight-based investment. Like to me, that's how I see it. Like when you're opening your Instagram in the morning, you're looking at House of Highlights, and you're seeing a shit ton of dunks from Donovan Mitchell from the previous game on it. You're kind of like tempted in investing in that guy. Whereas if he's out of the playoffs, though, well, of course you're not seeing anything, so prices are going to drop. But me personally, I thought that once the Lakers were going to win the championship, that cards, LeBron and Anthony Davis cards were go up, but they didn't. Like actually, LeBron cards have been going down slightly since the playoffs stopped. Same, Davis is pretty stable, but like LeBron cards have been going down. So to me, this isn't like.
I've noticed his Prism, even his Prism, like this year's Prism, LeBron's have gone down as well too. I've noticed that.
Totally, like the past month, like I'm seeing here, it went like from 1,200 US to 800 US. That's like 400 US drop, which is a lot. That's for the PSA 10, by the way. But if you look like for the year, like the peak that it got was a bit over $2,000 US. That's the 2019 Prism LeBron Silver PSA 10. So it lost, Jesus, almost $1,000 US in less than a year. So
that's
prices have been going down like for a while now, but I don't see it I don't see it being alarming at all. I just think it's a great way. It's a great moment to invest in cards, actually. Like having the cards this cheap, just fucking invest in them, because like as soon as the season restarts, this is going to go up again, like for sure. There's no chances it stays that low. What do you think?
With the card market in general, well, the NBA, I think they made an announcement that they're starting in January, I think now.
Yeah, January 15th, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, like I know it was supposed to be December around that time, but
yeah.
I think, but now they're saying January. There's no confirm yet, but if it's January, it's still a shorter off season than normal.
Yeah.
So I've just been noticing, like I said, from the data I'm using, a lot of cards are on the way the market's going is back up now. Actually,
oh yeah, that's cool.
There's like a slow little bit of increase on certain cards that is personally on my personal collection basis.
Oh yeah, so the ones you're looking for, yeah.
There has been, especially like I'm talking about Tua starting on Sunday, prices sky. Oh yeah, Tua, that's right, for Miami. That's right. That's a big deal. Fitzpatrick's he's very sad about that. I saw some Instagram feeds he had about his that he's not starting now. But yeah, when it comes to this, this is just a stock market now, and it's going to be like that for the next who knows how many years. This is just how it's going to be played now. When the off season's there, guys are going to buy into maybe football or into maybe soccer, hockey. Hockey's gonna. I have a feeling hockey might pick back up as well, in my opinion.
I hope it does. Like they have some potential. Oh yeah,
for Canadian. Like I don't collect hockey anymore, but as a Canadian aspect, I hope it does, because hockey's a Canada sport, right? And hopefully it just keeps growing.
Well, it's a sport that's like less known internationally. Like it's not the same thing as basketball or soccer. But the good thing though is that it can only go up, right? Like there's no way it goes down. So that's a good thing. And the way the league, the NHL is approaching its marketing, I think that they eventually want to kind of like replicate what the NBA has done as well. So like they have no choice other than like trying to go international and gaining some interest outside of North America and Russia, right? So if that happens, it just can go up. So anyone investing in hockey, I think it's pretty.
Like in Europe, they have hockey leagues, right? Like I know in Croatia they had Medveshchak. My friend actually played for them from here. He's retired now. But anywho, he played for them and he got to play against other teams around Europe and stuff like that. So there is European-based hockey advantage, right? Yeah. Todd, we'll see you in a bit, brother. No problem. Yeah, Todd is right, Rod. He said there in the comment, hockey is huge, best value out there. It is. It's the cheapest product out there to buy.
He's right.
Anyone who wants to buy. And if hockey takes off, hey, it's just going to take off, just like the cards, right? Just think about it. When something happens with Apple, let's just say, okay, suppose that this Apple release was garbage, correct? Like this new one that's coming out.
Last one, yeah.
Like I don't collect Apple, but I just read about that. I'm just going to use that as a perspective here. Not many people are liking it. So the stock I heard dropped a bit on Apple, correct?
Yeah.
So if no one's marketing it, like you said, Asmir, like if no one's going to market it, if that player's not being hyped up or that stock's not being hyped up, it's going to drop, right? If you're
that's for sure. Yeah.
It's
but good
like
thing.
The stock market now, right? Which is good. Which is stocks that guys like us would like, who like sports,
exactly,
football, who like soccer, who like whatever type of sports are out there, right? And it's just a different way to collect. I think have one question I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So when it comes to, I'm just going to give an example first, and then I'm going to give you my question.
Sure.
So when it comes to soccer cards, right?
Yeah.
Usually the rookie are sticker rookies from Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but what I've been noticing in soccer is now Panini, they started off. Did they start off with Gold Standard last year? I think it was Gold Standard Soccer or EPL Prism, one or the other. They started adding rookie logos.
Yeah.
To the soccer cards now. They never had that before. So now, like the stickers are considered rookies, the true original rookies. So now my example, for instance, like Luka Doncic, he played in Europe. He played for Real Madrid. His actual first rookie card is a sticker.
Yeah.
Correct?
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to me.
I know, but Panini changes it. But the true rookie is a sticker.
Yeah. So to me, like the way I see it, like true rookie used to be a thing. It isn't anymore. Because like the reason why it isn't anymore is that the hobby isn't only like old time card heads, like guys who really know the cards, right? Like some people would have like crazy collections and like wouldn't be able to tell you like the difference between a silver prism and a blue prism number 299, or like why one should be better than the other, whatever. Like they just don't care. It's like, oh, it's a silver and it's PSA 10, whatever. That's it. And it's Luka Doncic. That's it. So like I don't think, like I've heard when I restarted collecting, I've heard the term like true rookie, and I was like, wow, like I haven't heard that term since a while. So I don't think it's useful anymore.
I'll give you an example for true rookie. I'll give you an example. Like when Gary Vee started hyping up soccer. Right? He started hyping up this one Messi card. I don't have that card personally, but he was saying this one Messi card, I can't remember the card exactly right now, was his true rookie card.
Yeah.
Right? But it was completely false. it was the Mega Cracks rookie that I had. I don't know if you remember. I think I showed it to you a long time ago, right?
When you sold it?
Yeah, I sold it. I can't remember how long ago, but I wish I kept it now. But it's okay. I don't know.
I
think it's doubled or just over doubled in price now.
Oh wow! Because Gary hacked. Well, yeah, that's how what happens.
No. This was way after that.
Oh, it was after. Okay.
It's just because people are starting to realize that Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are the two GOATs in soccer, right? So
well, yeah, for sure.
If Michael Jordan cards can be worth so much, right? Why can't they?
Probably because Gary had 100 of them. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes, exactly,
That's
man.
right, buddy. That's right.
Man.
What's up, man?
By the way,
He's a local friend of mine. He's a local brother of mine.
nice. My man, if you want to just get into the free giveaway for the Luka Doncic high voltage, just comment hashtag the Eurostep. So
Hashtag, yeah.
yeah, so that's the name of the show. So hashtag the Eurostep. But yeah, just going back to the cards for a bit quickly before we move on. So since so we were discussing like cards prices were down a bit, seems to be like at a plateau right now, pretty stable. Some cards going up, some being pretty stable. The good thing about the NBA is that it has a huge marketing machine. Like every single player is an enormous marketing machine, right? For example, like Devin Booker posts something on, maybe not Devin Booker. Let's say Zion Williamson posts a picture on Instagram. The one he posted just before the bubble started. Like he looked like super buff and in shape. As soon as he posted that, people lost their freaking minds. They were just like, "Oh my God, Zion lost some weight. He's super in shape now, and he's gonna kill people and blah blah blah." And car prices went up. So stuff like that is gonna happen starting now. I feel like it's like now you're gonna start to see. Just like today, John Wall posted like a 5-on-5 he played in the gym with a couple of his friends. You saw that? Right. Yeah. So me personally, I saw it. I was like, oh shit, John Wall. I forgot the guy existed.
I thought about him 2 weeks ago, actually.
Yeah,
but I thought about him 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hey, John Wall. Well, I wonder. I started reading up on him. My cousin. I don't know if he's watching. My cousin. He's part of the group. He works for Maple Leaf, so he keeps me up to date on the Twitters and all that stuff, right? So,
yeah. But yeah, so like small things like that are gonna affect the markets. Like whenever you see guys training with each other, some dude is gonna be shooting hoops with fucking J. Cole in New York. Like that guy's gonna get some rep for that as well. A good thing to keep in mind as well is like the coach, new coaches signings. For example, Stan Van Gundy just signed with the New Orleans Pelicans. So that's a huge move. That's a great move by the Pelicans. 2 reasons. The guy is really good with young players, and he's great in defense. And that's exactly what this young Pelicans team needed. So to me, when I see that, and me I like Zion, but I've always been a bit like skeptical about him. I always thought he was going to be like the next Blake Griffin, maybe. That was his ceiling to me. But to me, when I see that his next coach is going to be Stan Van Gundy, I'm like, oh shit, maybe Zion's going to be better than I thought, just because of that coach and the way he coaches young guys, right?
Yeah. Gio, I think that's how I pronounce your name. I'm just reading your question here. You got those Eurostep hashtags there, Asmir?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna add Google's as well. Yeah, man.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Anyways, what do you
Gio
think
has a question.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you guys think of Zion? Seems like there's a ton of value right now. Well, the hype's still there, right? The hype, especially when the NBA starts to come closer and even come up. I think even right now they're starting to go back up slowly. That's right, Google is exactly like Asmir was saying. Great coach. Zion, his card value will go up. From what it is now, it will go up. So, guys, if you want to buy Zion, this is the lowest you're going to see them.
And the thing you need to keep in mind as well. Yeah. You need to keep in mind as well with Zion is that people were complaining about his he's not in shape. Like he wasn't in shape in the bubble, and that's true. And people are afraid of injuries for him. But those two things in 2020, I mean, in like the 90s, maybe you're like, oh, this can be dangerous for the guy. But in 2020, like with the training staff we have, with the nutritionists and everything, that people are going to keep an eye on Zion. Like they're going to make sure he becomes the best version he can possibly be. There's no way they'll let him go.
Right? Just like they do with Luka.
Exactly.
Right? That's too much money for them to. They're putting a lot of money. This is a huge investment for them, just like it's a huge investment for me because that's my number one PC, right? So I hope they do take care of them, right?
Yeah.
And I think, and especially a lot of NBA players are getting involved now in card collecting. And a lot more famous people as well. I noticed just getting back into the basketball collecting. So basketball, first of all, like I know. Okay, there's the top 3 sports in America are NFL, football, basketball, and NASCAR.
Yeah.
correct? Those like NASCAR's up there. Like basketball is well marketed, like you said, right? So like they know how to time it right on anything to make anything big. Like I don't know if you saw that that one kid that was playing against on the French guy, that little kid, that 16-year-old kid that was playing against.
Oh yeah, with Rudy Gobert. Yeah, that was crazy.
Like 7'2" or something like that. The kid.
Yeah, 7'2", but like 100 pounds. He's skinny, like my 7-year-old.
Yeah, yeah, but like that's like another bull, right? Like,
Yeah.
like he's like, don't get me wrong, like guys like that can play in the league, but they still need muscle, right? Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. But he's gonna get there. Like even Bol is gonna get some weight on him at some point. Yeah, but that's a good point actually about marketing, because like that clip you mentioned was like a 20-second clip of like just him like shooting hoops playing one-on-one with Rudy Gobert. But like I instantly became a superstar on social media.
Like,
so
he was everywhere.
Yeah.
And
so
like,
that's gonna keep happening.
He's not in the draft. But you know what they're doing? They're preparing for the next up and coming. They got to start hyping these other kids coming up, right?
Yeah, man.
One thing, like, let's get to this. If you don't mind, can we get to this draft coming up?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a good way to get to it. Actually, it's perfect.
I want to talk about some players.
Maybe before we go to the draft class, I just wanted to like quickly speak about like the free agent movement, because that's going to affect card prices as well.
Okay, yeah, 100%.
There's like 3 or 4 guys we can quickly discuss. And again, guys, we appreciate your comments and questions. That's really cool, and keep them coming. Like I love having like discussions with you guys. This is really interesting. And yeah, Joe has a question. What's the importance of the city where this guy's playing? I think it's super important. Yeah, New York versus Utah is super important. Like New York is if you have success in New York, it's super big. If you have success in LA, it's amazing for you. But we're seeing more and more like small market cities having huge stars. Utah is a good example with Donovan Mitchell. Milwaukee is a super small market. OKC with KD back when they had KD and Westbrook. So even small cities are getting like a lot of exposure for their players. The problem though is that those players rarely want to stay in those small cities. Best example is Anthony Davis. So like the guy just like went out of New Orleans because New Orleans sucked for him. Like he wanted to go to LA, right? So that's something that might happen, but I don't think it's we're in an era anymore where it's just like the bigger city teams that are getting all the attention. Every team is going to get some attention because of the star potential that these guys have.
Steven has one player I know he wants to talk about.
Which one? Petrovic?
I'm just reading Google's question there. Okay, Google's, no problem. We'll get to that in a second. Do you want to get to it now, Google? You can get to that, but no, like Asmir, you're right though. Like Giannis is a free agent, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Giannis.
No, Giannis is next year. So Giannis is going to be next year, but like the thing they're kind of like keeping an eye on right now for Giannis is they need to find him some sort of like playmaker, shot creator to play with him, because if he doesn't have that guy with him this year, he's gonna dip next year for sure. Like he's not gonna stay.
No, I saw your wrestling question. I really have no clue. Maybe Hulk Hogan if he dies. I don't know. I'm sorry. I love Hulkster, but I saw that. Sorry, I had to answer because he's not.
But in terms of like free agents for this year, just quickly, main one is Anthony Davis, but like everyone knows he's gonna stay in LA. There's no fucking chance he's gonna leave. I mean, he just won a championship. He plays with LeBron.
Unless he pulls a Kawhi Leonard.
But I don't know why he would do that. Like, where you want to go in New York? Like, that's not gonna happen. So Anthony Davis stays put, that's for sure. And then like there's a bunch of free agents that pretty much suck this year. So I have like Paul Millsap, Hassan Whiteside, Gallinari, Jeff Teague, Derek Favors, like nothing amazing. So I have just like 4 guys that kind of like I think are interesting for this year. Top guy this year for sure is Fred VanVleet. To me at least, I think that Raptors should just like throw a shit ton of money at him and get him to stay. I think he's part of their future. I don't know what you think about him. Do you like Fred VanVleet or yeah?
I like him.
Okay, he's not sure.
He's a very great shooter. Yes, he's quick, and he's a hustler. I like hustlers. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I like a guy who can hustle. Like, you know what I mean? Put their like Mamba. You know, like the Mamba.
Yeah, I think they should give him a shit ton of money and trade Lowry to Philly. Like, he's a Philly guy. I think it's time to get rid of Kyle Lowry while he's still good and he still has value.
Exactly. He can come
and the guy's from Philly. Like, you're not sending him to fucking San Antonio, right? You're just like saying, hey, you can go back home. Thank you for your service. Thanks for the championship. You're the man, and that's it. I think that's what they should do, and like kind of like not necessarily like rebuild with Fred VanVleet, but like at least like give him the keys to the team. You know.
If I were the Raptors, I would try to move up in this draft. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's it's hard because like it's not a crazy draft here. I think it's still good. I think it's better than people
think there's a lot
say.
Of sleepers, but the thing is with the Raptors, is great. Anyone who bets on, Google's.
That's right, Goals. That's absolutely right. Like, the guy has proven that he's the fucking man. Like, really, he has proven.
He's the next guy. He's the next guy to take over the Raptors for point guard. In my opinion, he should.
Yeah, Nenad, I would hate to see Lowry leave as well, but I'm trying to think in a GM way, right? Because like it's either you keep Lowry until the end of his career, or like you trade him for a couple of good assets and you kind of do him a favor of sending him back home. I think it makes sense. It's not a shitty move where you just like send him to a random team that no one cares about. I don't know. I think it's interesting. Maybe it can be good, but again, like keeping a guy who has been like with your team and part of like the Raptors history and like is going to be part of it forever. It's still good, you know. Yeah.
Go ahead. You were asking something.
I was just going to go to the next guy on my list. Do you have something else to say about?
I just wanted to say something about Lowry. I'm going to be the Stephen A. Smith about this, and I never liked him.
Oh no!
He cried too much for me. He was just a little LeBron on the field.
Wow.
He had a lot of great games for the Raptors. He did show his heart for the Raptors. That I'm not going to lie, but a lot of the times prior to this playoffs, correct me if I'm wrong, DeRozan, that would be, I don't know that, but
bring that DeRozan, I'd bring DeRozan back.
Prone in the playoffs. He was always injury prone in the playoffs. He always had a back spasm, always some type of minor injury that I think personally in the playoffs someone should play through. But like I said,
but have you seen him play? Look, the guy just like keeps like he plays hard. Like he keeps getting charges. He keeps jumping into people. So
the thing is, that's part of the game, Asmir, right? Your body's built to play that game. You're being trained to take these hard fouls, to take these type of hits. This is their job. Right. Practice all day. Like I said, I'm in the Stephen A. Smith, but that's just me.
That's fair. That's fair, I guess. Yeah. It does make some kind of sense. But yeah, just like moving down quickly to the free agent list. My next guy up is Christian Wood. Do you know Christian Wood plays for the Detroit Pistons right now?
No.
So okay,
I might have heard of him. I got to look into him though.
All right, so look him up. Buy his rookie cards while they're cheap, because like the guy is 25 years old. Averaged like something like 20 and 10 this last season. As soon as Andrew Drummond went out with his injury, like he started playing more and more. His numbers were really good. He's a free agent this year. So
Christian Wood, you said?
Christian Wood, yeah. So the guy plays he's like a discount Anthony Davis, right? So he's clearly not as good as him. Yeah. Maybe he's not ever going to be as good as Anthony Davis because like he's a really special player, but he's going to get close to it. I think he's still young, has a lot of upside, has a lot of potential, and like in a good team, he's going to be great. Like I just think like with the Pistons right now, it might not be like the best fit for him. If he goes, who is it now? Is it Dwayne?
Wasn't it the old Raptors coach?
Dwayne Casey, I think. Yeah, Dwayne Casey is fine. Yeah, no, he's fine. I was just like
I
the
have to
Pistons.
double
Like
check, but I could be wrong.
Pistons just suck right now. Like there's nothing to do there.
Yeah,
But I
we
think
don't.
like I think in a good team he's gonna do well. And the last two guys on my list are free agents this year. Goran Dragic, who was fucking sensational during the playoffs. He was amazing. It
He
was
played
just so
like he did
sad.
when Slovenia won FIBA, man. I don't know
Oh
if you ever
yeah,
watched it.
exactly. No, he was the man. I remember watching him when he was playing in Phoenix with Steve Nash.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like so Steve Nash was his mentor, and like when I saw that, I was like, this guy's gonna be good at some point. Like if your mentor is Steve Nash, you're playing every single practice, you're playing against him, and you get to
Yeah.
pick his brain. At some point, you get good. So I was like really happy to see that the guy had a good run. Unfortunately, he got injured. But he's still a great runner. And I think he's going to be he's going to get some seriously like nice offers in this upcoming free agency. And last guy on my list, Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka again, guy that played well, decently well in the playoffs for the Raptors. But he's I feel like he's some kind of big man that can be useful to any team in the West right now, because the main goal to every team in the West this year is going to be how do we stop Anthony Davis, right? Because like the Lakers are the team to beat. You need to have some sort of mobile, agile power forward / center, and Ibaka is exactly that.
And
Yeah, exactly. He isn't as good in defense as he used to be back when he was playing for OKC, but he's still decent. Like he can still ball. He shoots way better than he did before. So I think he's still a good asset in a team that's like a championship contender for next year. But that's about it. That's really about it. I think for this year's free agency class.
Yeah.
Joe is asking which young player will surprise people this year. I love Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be great this year, I think.
We're talking last year's. We're talking 1920 rookie class. You want to talk about that?
Jaren Jackson.
19.
Oh, Jaren Jackson is 2018, but he's still a young guy. I think he's going to do well.
Jaren Jackson, he's I don't mind him. What's his name? Something Grant. Shit.
Where does he play?
I want to say. I was watching Iverson talk about it, and they're saying he's the next Iverson.
The next Iverson? Oh, fuck, who is it?
Something
Grant?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Portland, I want to say he was drafted to Portland last year.
Oh, Anthony Simmons.
No, not Anthony Simmons.
Dude, he's my guy. I started piecing the guy. Like I think Anthony Simmons is gonna be good. So that's a young guy who you need to watch. He played like a couple minutes per game during the playoffs, but you could see like he's a shot creator, shot maker.
Gary Trent. Gary Trent.
Oh, Gary Trent. Yeah, Gary Trent is good. But yeah, Portland with
They're calling him the next Iverson, man. I think Trae Young is.
Yeah.
But Gary Trent is pretty good too, man.
No, Trent is really, really good. Like he was shooting like.
I just found
96% from three. I don't know how much. Like he was so fucking good. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating, by the way, but still, he was really good. Maybe another guy to watch for. It's crazy to say that like a year after the draft, but like RJ Barrett, like he was okay with the Knicks. He wasn't amazing. Like his shot percentage wasn't crazy, but I feel like he still has a lot of potential. I mean, like the guy has like. Fucking solid body.
The Knicks are not that solid of a team, right? We all know that, right? So like, he's playing on a rebuild team.
That's
right?
it. That's it.
Can we all say that?
Oh, for sure. And like they had like a lot of like coaching changes last year. Shitty lineup as well. Like I mean, he got to play with Julius Randle, who's probably like the worst player to play with. He just keeps the ball to himself. Not a good like team player. Well, at least to me, I'm a Knicks fan, by the way, so I got to watch a lot of their games
I could see that.
and cry every time. But yeah, I think RG in a good context is a really, really solid guy to invest in, and he's gonna get a lot better, I think, in the coming years.
His parts have been going up slowly again.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
I've been keeping an eye on them. I have a when was it? when Panini came out with like the Zion draft picks and all those cards at the beginning, like the Prisms
Yeah.
and draft picks and all that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I went to a show here in Toronto. I had so many Zions, so many. I bought those little blasters, you know what I mean? And I just started
Nice.
ripping them. And yeah, no, he's solid. I like him too. There's a lot of guys that like. See, I have a little sleeper, and I'll be out there because I like Terrence Mann from the Clippers.
Yeah, Terrence is nice.
He was a guy I felt that didn't get enough playing time in this playoffs, which I felt he should, especially when
You're
these
right.
guys were taking their breaks. Like I
Yeah.
would have had him out there than Paul George.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that time, right? Especially the way that Paul George was playing.
Yeah, and like the Terrence Mann, like when he played during the season, like you could see that he's hungry, like he likes to play, and he goes out there and he wants to kill people. That's nice. Like you want to have that, and that's something that the Clippers were missing during the playoffs. So you're absolutely right. Like you're absolutely right. Like he should have played more. Definitely.
You got like the thing is with playoffs, like with any playoffs, like from basketball to soccer to hockey, any playoffs, you always need that little bit of luck. Every team needs that little bit of luck, right? And sometimes changing by putting in a younger guy that guy who's going to be defending him knows nothing about him in the middle of a playoff game, it's going to screw that defenseman's head. It's going to play a little bit of a mind game too, right?
That's exactly what happened with Tyler Hero. Like they kind of they didn't bet on him because like, he was pretty good during the season as well. But like a rookie getting this much playing time during the playoffs is crazy. Like I never saw that before. He was like one of the main scorers for a while. Like the last series against the Lakers, he wasn't scoring that much. But I guess the Celtics, it was really, really good.
Yeah, it was a good series.
Yeah, Joe is asking thoughts on Bam. Is he for real? I think so. I think that. I think he's like the new age, new era, perfect big. So like really mobile, can be some sort of like playmaker, can pass the ball as well, can read the floor really well, solid rebounder, and just can dunk on everyone whenever he wants. So just a highlight machine. So in terms of investing in card investing, I think he has a lot of upside because he's going to be in highlights a lot and often, and that's what we saw during the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. My opinion about him, I think he's going to be great. I don't think he's there yet. I think there's still potential for him to give it even better.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
I feel that, in my opinion, I don't know. I always have this thing. Like I've watched basketball a very long time. I used to go to a lot of high school games and just like that. And there's always one thing I noticed about basketball players: the better basketball players, the great ones.
Yeah.
They always take that extra step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't see him taking that extra step yet. Meaning, like, not mentality wise, like even just that extra step in the game to look around, make that extra pass or to do something like that. Not to be show offish. I think he's gonna be great. He's still too young too, right? He's still how old is he?
Oh no, for sure. Yeah, but he's in a
don't get me wrong. I think he's a great potential for Raptors. If he stays with the Raptors, he's gonna be great.
But I'd rather have a Bam Adebayo, like a young Bam Adebayo with the Miami Heat, than have them with, let's say, the Charlotte Hornets, right? Like his upside is much higher being with the Heat because like they have like such a good culture, such good coaching, and just an organization that's going to take care of him. So like he's really in a good place to become something really special.
The Heat's a great franchise. So the Heat's a great franchise in general. But I think he's just going to get better. That's just
for sure.
He's only going to get better.
Who's the random guy? Who's the random guy you think is gonna blow up next year? Even if it's like a vet, but even if it's a vet or someone we forgot about, I don't know, anyone, because like it happens every single year. Like every year, there's like one guy that comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh shit, we forgot about him.
Okay, how about this? I'll give you three guys. And I'll give you my surprise team.
Okay, good. That's nice. I love it.
I think it might be still too early to give you my surprise team, but this is a team I've been looking at for a while now. Two teams, actually. So I've been liking Devontae Graham.
Yeah.
Even Luka Doncic said it himself. He was supposed to be the most improved player of the year. What are your thoughts on Alan Samajic or Luka Samanic? I hope Luka gets more playing time. I hope both of them get more playing time. Then it can help them. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, Lucas Samanic for sure. And
Welcome back, Todd. Welcome back, brother.
Main reason I'm saying Lucas Samanic for sure is he's with the Spurs, and like Spurs have notoriously drafted very well every single year. They had the chance to draft
and he looks
players.
Great, man. When he plays, he looks great.
Oh yeah,
like
I think so too.
He looked like Dražin. Like, I'm not gonna lie, no intimidation. Goes to the net. He'll go to the net if you want him to. He drives. But anyways, but Devontae Graham was one of them. I also liked. My team is also Devontae Graham. I also was collecting a little bit of what's his face, DeAndre Ayton.
Right. Yeah.
I think he's a sleeper as well. Plus, Phoenix played very well throughout the last. They went 8-0.
So do you know why Phoenix were that good during the bubble?
Why were they?
Well, why they were that good? Because like they were just unbeatable. So there's a rumor going around that says that these guys go out so much in Phoenix that not being able to go out in the bubble just like made them focus on basketball and solely on basketball, and that's why they were so good. They were just like partying too much in Phoenix, and that's about it. And like whenever teams go to play in Phoenix, that's what everyone says. So that's why I kind of like read on social media about those guys. It might be true though, but hopefully they kind of like understand that.
Bubble in Phoenix, then.
Hopefully they stay in the bubble in Phoenix. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I like DeAndre Ayton was one of my sleepers as well. I also like Charlotte. I like the Charlotte Hornets because of Devontae Graham, PJ Washington. PJ Washington, and they have Miles Bridges as well. Is another sleeper as well.
They have good pieces, but I'm just like having trouble seeing them being good like as a team, because maybe it's just because they haven't been good
They're still
forever.
Young, right? Like I'm saying, like they have that's 3 good pieces they have right there, right?
Yeah.
That's just like my opinion.
And
right?
Terry Rozier is still okay. With Devontae Graham, maybe they should trade Terry Rozier, but he's still a decent player. Yeah, maybe they're gonna get better. At least like they're in the East. Like if they were in the West, like there's nothing to be done there. But like in the East, they might have some chances. Yeah.
No, and there's one more player. There's one player because it's a Balkan. I'm gonna say Bogdanovic that plays for Utah. That people are sleeping on because he did get hurt and he didn't get to play in the playoffs. He hurt his wrist, I think it was. So that guy was lighting it up prior to the playoffs. He was averaging over 25 points a game prior to the playoffs. Like, that's incredible for Bogdanovic. He's never
for sure. Yeah,
that's one of his. This is one of, I would say, like, even though he ended it, like, this is one of his greatest careers that he's had. Like, one of the years that he's best year that he's had so far. And playing with Donovan Mitchell, right? Like that. I don't know, man.
Donovan Mitchell's gonna be a crazy phenomenon, man. That guy plays so well. Does he shoot too much? I don't know. Well,
I had him in fantasy. He can shoot too much, and his field goal percentage sucks.
But in the bubble,
maybe he was better this year. I didn't really pay attention to his field goal percentage, but
no, in the bubble he was a beast. Like in the bubble, he was like Hall of Fame level. He was amazing. Him and Jamal Murray actually, like they were just amazing in the bubble.
Yeah.
Now for me, like one like sleeper pick from like a guy that might surprise us next year, and hopefully he does, is De'Aaron Fox, man. I feel like he had like a decent year this year, but like just the Kings being the Kings, they just suck. They don't have like an amazing team. They have like a couple of good pieces, but nothing really crazy. Marvin Bagley being injured and like not being really out there a lot.
Plays there as well.
Bogdanovic plays there as well, but like he
played good too.
He played good, but like he plays the same position as Buddy Hield, and now like they kind of like have to share the floor, like share the minutes. So I think they should get rid of Buddy Hield and like keep the Bogdanovic, and maybe change just like the coaching system, because I feel they can play like much faster than they do right now, because Fox is like fastest human on the planet. So they really need to take advantage of that. I think Fox is a guy that's like worth investing into, just like for the long run, like looking forward. Maybe like I don't know, like in 2 years something happens, they draft something somewhere really big, or like the coach changes or something. Yeah, he's like one of my sleeper picks.
Okay. Do you think? Do you think? Just a quick question before we get to, because I know we got to get to.
Yeah.
What was our last? The top 5, I think we're gonna do.
No, I think we can do like top 5 or top 10 if you want of the draft class.
Okay,
but
doesn't matter. I have a list out here in front of me, kind of that I would like to see, and.
Cool. But yeah, let's get to it.
But so I just wanted to say, I just want to bring up one quick thing before we get to this. Was Devin Booker? Do you think he's gonna stay in Phoenix, or do you think he's gone?
Well, they have him on contract until I think it's like 2024. But he can easily pull off a Anthony Davis and be like, listen, guys, I'm sick of losing. I'm sick of being in fucking Phoenix. Trade me, right? I don't know if he's the type of guy to do that. And I feel like
he sold his house.
I'm sorry?
I heard he sold his house like a week ago on social
media.
Yeah? Or something. He sold his house in Phoenix, but that could be.
I don't know. Maybe. Well,
one of those NBA websites. I can't remember where I saw it.
If he was a free agent, that would have meant something. But like he still has like 4 years on his contract, so it's hard to say. But if I'd say this, if they have a bad season this year, maybe next year is going to ask to be traded. And like we know he's buddies with Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell, who both play in Minnesota. And having Devin Booker, you heard Lakers will be amazing for him. Lakers will be crazy for Devin Booker. Just imagine having Devin LeBron
right now. What do you mean,
dude? It would be crazy.
Chris Paul going to the Lakers was good, man.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a good player. They need a point guard. LeBron can't do it all himself anymore.
No, Chris Paul is great, but I don't think, man. Yeah, Chris Paul is.
They're still going to add somebody else. Like, don't think it's going to be Chris Paul, LeBron, and Anthony? No, they're going to add somebody else.
Okay, so here's my thing, and I've been thinking for a while about this. I think the Lakers' master plan is to add the next LeBron James. And so they have a LeBron James when LeBron James retires. Like, so that's what I'm thinking. So who's one of the latest guys that Clutch Sports signed? Clutch Sports, which is the agency that reps LeBron and Anthony Davis. One of the latest guys they signed is Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Right. So Ben Simmons has some sort of like similarities with LeBron, like same type of like big guard, super athletic, can get to the rim.
Everyone says he's supposed to be the next LeBron. I know.
Right. He's not there. He's not going to be. He's not going to be it. But I feel like maybe that's part of LeBron's plan. I think like he wants to get a Ben Simmons there and pair him with Anthony Davis. I'm just saying it might be cool.
Keep the Upper Deck Company together.
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the draft here, brother.
Let's get to the draft. So, so like cards for next year started releasing. I don't know if you guys saw, but Contenders draft picks was out last week. With those, have you seen those cards? They look shitty to me. Like the just not having.
They look like regular Contender cards. But some of them have on-card autos. So, which in my opinion are good. So every pack gets you an auto, first of all.
Yeah,
so
I think they're going to drop super quick. Autos. Yeah, I think prices for those are going to drop as soon as they have like
I think
NBA jerseys.
You know what though? Like I was just watching a break actually prior to our live. I don't know if you know BDN Sports, Seth.
Yeah.
So I was watching him. He was breaking a personal for somebody.
Okay.
And he goes that if he wanted to do by pack, it would be like 45 US or 40 US, 45 US a pack.
Okay.
So you're getting an auto a pack.
Okay.
It's not that bad. So I think the prices are not that bad. I just think, like I said, because of the way the pandemic's been going, everyone's sleeping on this draft.
No, I'm not. Well, to me, like personally, I'm not sleeping on the draft. I think there's a lot of good players in there. It's not as good as last year, obviously, or as next year. But there still is some good potential there.
Can I ask you a question? Was this past year really that good, other than Zion and Ja and Kobe White maybe?
I think
And
I think
RJ.
last
Those are the
year,
only four people I could say that were good.
yeah. No, you're well. Well, here's the thing.
I think the hype was going around everywhere else because all these other players, because nobody knew anything else. Everyone,
You're
and
right.
the hype
Yeah.
was getting so big. The hype of basketball was getting so big that nobody knew who to collect or
Right.
what to collect.
I think there's
That's
more.
part of the issue as well.
There's more than four guys though. I think
There's
like
good players, but are they stars I'm talking about? I'm not saying that there's no good players. There's good
I
players.
think this year has like 10 solid future All Stars.
18-19 is the best draft that's happened since LeBron. Okay? If anyone
Ooh.
doesn't agree with that, with Luka, Trey,
No, you're right.
Marvin
Okay, in terms of
Bagley.
like, yeah, in terms of like Hall of Fame potential, you're right. But like last year, still has like a couple of good, well, like
Oh, yeah.
at least like 10 good All Stars. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Do you want to name off your top 10 then? Do you want to start off?
yeah. Well, I'm just going with the list that was put together by CBS Sports. I just want like just look at the like projected top 10 that they have on the list,
Okay, I'm
and maybe
looking on ESPN, so might get different.
That's fine. Let me just send it to you. So we're gonna be looking at the same list.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Just go over it now, and I'm going to look up this one.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Because we're
Alright,
all
so-
going to give our own opinion anyway. So
That's it. Exactly it. So this is the most up to date that I found recently. So they have LaMelo Ball at number 1. So they're saying Minnesota is going to draft him at number 1. So just a quick word on LaMelo quickly. So, well, yeah, everyone knows him. Like you've seen highlights of the guy for the past, 10 years, maybe since he was like a kid, playing in Chino Hills with Lonzo and LiAngelo. So I think he has like superstar potential. Like LaMelo is going to be, has the potential to be great to me. 6'6", 6'7", 180, super long, athletic, lots of upside, amazing feel for the game. I don't know if you saw his highlights of this past season. The guy gets a rebound, passes the ball next to the rim, all the way up, all the way down the court, one hand, not even like barely looking. Like he just has like a solid feel for the game.
yeah, he's going to be better than his brother. I think he's going to.
I think so. He's an underrated defender as well. I think, well, at least from the highlights that I saw, he gives an effort that he didn't give before. Like he put in the work this year into being like a good defender. He's gonna be a great defender, but he's gonna be decent. At least he's gonna be like he's not gonna be a liability. Like they're not gonna be able to switch on him and like get LeBron to just like kill him or whatever. So he's gonna be fine, I think. My only worry about LaMelo is that he seems to have low IQ. And this is what I mean by low IQ. You know that there's some guys that you talk to them and you see kind of like emptiness in their eyes. You probably have friends like that. Like we all know a guy that's like that. You tell him something and he's like, yeah, but he's absent, right? He looks like that sometimes. Like he seems to be like losing focus. I've seen some interviews with the guy and I'm like, he's not even there. Like he doesn't seem to be listening. He's somewhere else in his head. So I've played with those type of guys before. So that can be like a major downside to them. But again, like that's the only negative I can see with LaMelo, and it's not that big of a deal. So I feel like he's a serious. He's a reasonable number 1 pick, but I don't think Minnesota should pick him though. I think he's not a great fit with Minnesota because like they already have D'Angelo Russell playing at point guard, and they have Cat, and Cat needs the ball to be effective. So I feel like drafting LaMelo for Minnesota would be some sort of like way to remove the ball from Cat. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I don't know if it's a great fit for Minnesota. That leads us to number 2, which is Anthony Edwards. I feel personally that Anthony Edwards should be drafted by Minnesota at number 1. Not because he's better than
number 1.
Yeah, I don't know if he's better than LaMelo, but I just think he's a better fit for Minnesota because just with the way the team is constructed, right? So Anthony Edwards quickly 6'5", shooting guard, 225. So he has like a good solid shape. Effortless scorer, can score from pretty much anywhere on the floor. Has a lethal step back, and like we all know that the step back is like the most lethal tool to have in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Decent passer as well. He reminds me, well, he's like a mix of James Harden and Donovan Mitchell-ish, maybe a bit of Victor Oladipo. I think you mentioned that before when we talked
like
as
he's
well.
not scared to go to the hole, right? Like he'll
Not
take
at
it
all. He'll take it to the hole, but he can shoot as well.
yeah.
He has a complete game. He's still a bit rough.
He doesn't really have a 3-point game. His three
Well,
point his three
he did in the
game is a little
NCAA.
weak. Huh?
He did in the NCAA. It was decent in the NCAA, but it's
I
different
think
in
it was
the
like
NBA,
less than
obviously.
30. I think he was shooting less than 30% from the 3-point range.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I think I read that. I could be wrong.
Right. Well, maybe, but still, I'm still saying like he's
less than 29.1% from 3-point
right.
range.
So still a lot of
37% attempts.
right. So still a lot of upside, lots of things to work on. Obviously,
Of course.
not very polished. Like he can be like a lot better. But he's like, to me, like he would be a great fit for Minnesota at number 1. And then number 3, James Wiseman, the center from Memphis. So 7'1", 240. Big guy, looks and plays a bit like Joel Embiid. Maybe a bit more athletic. Especially, I hope so. Especially because like Embiid has lost some.
He's not athletic at all. Embiid's not athletic.
No, it's crazy.
And he plays like half the season every year.
Oh yeah, so I think he has the potential to maybe someday be better than Joel Embiid. That's like a tough call right now, but like maybe if he gets the work in, he can get there. I think that he could be, because like right now they have him at number 3 with the Hornets. I think he's a perfect fit for the Warriors actually at number 2, for 2 reasons. Warriors are going to be competing for the championship next year. That's for sure. With Steph back, Clay back, and now the number 2 pick, like they can either trade it for like a good solid piece. But if I was them, I would keep it and draft James Wiseman for sure, because like you need to have this kind of big man that you can put up against Anthony Davis and play down low in the post. And I think obviously he's not as good as Davis. We don't know if he was going to get there, but at least he's going to be able to kind of like compete against him, right? That's something the Warriors should aim for this year. And by the way, crazy to say that, but sleeper team for next year, the Warriors, man, Steph, Clay, they're gonna be back. Again, like time to invest in those guys if you haven't yet. But like next year is they're gonna be solid. They're gonna be easily like top 3 in the West. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah, and then moving on, number 4, Obi Toppin. So Obi Toppin from Dayton, 6'9", 220.
I really like Obi.
He's a freak of an athlete. He's amazing. He's
he's 220 pounds, I think.
Yeah,
he's 220
exactly.
pounds, but he plays like he's 280, man. Like he's an
exactly.
animal.
Yeah, he's an animal. He's fierce. He's not scared of anything. He gets to the rebound, gets to the ball, plays like a fucking bull. And at number 4,
he'd be good on Dallas.
Oh yeah. They would need to trade.
They need an animal inside because
they would need to trade to get there, though. Yeah, but right now at number 4, I see number 4 pick is the Bulls. Who do they have? Oh, they have Lauri Markkanen at power forward. Yeah, I know. I feel like Obi could be better than Lauri at some point, because Lauri is good, but he isn't as good as he should have been.
Obi's already good. That's the thing.
Obi's already good. Yeah. Yeah, like the comparisons I found for him is people are saying he's like a mix of like Kyle Kuzma and John Collins, which is interesting because you get like the kind of like solid, like heavy power forward like John Collins, but like then the finesse of Kyle Kuzma, which is really interesting. I think it's a good comparison for him. Mm-hmm. I like him a lot too. Like I think he's one of the sleepers as well in this draft.
Yeah, ESPN has him at number 6, but yeah.
Okay. Number 5 for the Cavaliers, what I have here in CBS is Deni Avdia, young man from Israel. So 6'9", 215. People are saying he's not the next Luka, but like the next big European superstar. It's always hard to say with
He
European
shoots
players.
32% from the 3 points,
Yeah, but
but
yeah,
he hasn't played much. You guys got to remember that he hasn't played
he
much.
he hasn't played much, but it's the EuroLeague. So EuroLeague is like the second best league in the world. So like, uh, um, him being like what he's like 18, 19. Obviously, he's gonna have like limited minutes, but a ton
He
of
won
potential for
something.
this guy.
He won like a personal award, something.
Yeah, in the FIBA Under 20 European Championship, he
Okay,
was the MVP.
Yeah, there you go. That's crazy.
So obviously, that's crazy. And like the European League, like has to be considered. Like right now, like you need to kind of like have a look on that, because if someone is good in Europe, and especially if he's the MVP of the Under 20 championship, you need to notice that.
Well, listen,
So
there's a lot of guys coming from Europe right now, actually, that I like. That you know they're okay, but
mhm.
that I think that are actually there's four. I think four guys will go top 10 actually European.
From Europe,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
I have Killian Hayes and him, and that's it.
Denny's one. Kalian Hayes.
Yeah, I love Killian Hayes.
The Serbian guy Alexei Pokusevski.
Okay.
He's gonna go top 10. And Theo Maladon.
I'm not sure, my guy. I wouldn't bet on those. From France? Okay.
Yeah.
But
Maladon is a point guard.
okay,
Sorry, sorry to cut you off.
that's okay.
He has a 36% 3-point shooting. He's 6'5", 274 pounds. He's still small. Like I said, he has a 36% shooting. The kid is very athletic, in my opinion. He's like I said, and the Serbian kid, he's actually really good as well. He's a center. He's a power forward, actually, at 7 foot, 195 pounds.
Nice.
He has a 7'3" wingspan. So I'm just reading it as we go along here quickly.
Serbians have good players, man. You know what I do whenever there's a player from
he's
the
the youngest
Balkans.
player in the draft. He's 19.
Nice.
He's going to be 19 in December. Sorry, so he's not even going to be 19 at the draft.
Okay.
So that's one thing you got to remember. He shoots 40% from the field, 32% from the 3-point line.
That's
He's
very good.
19.
Yeah. Serbians have a lot of good players coming up and already in the league. Funny thing, whenever I see a guy from the Balkans being good, so it's really a Bosnian, right? It's either like a Serbian or a Slovenian in Luka's case, or some Croatian guys. I don't care. I always say they're all Bosnians. So I'm just like telling my friends that Luka is Bosnian, Bogdanovic is Bosnian. I don't care. They're all Bosnians to me. It's all the same thing. All right. So moving on. Number 6 in CBS, they have Onyeka Okongwu.
Yeah.
I hope I'm pronouncing this right.
Yeah, you are.
All right. So from Southern California, he's a center, 6'9", 245. Haven't seen a lot from him this past year. What I've read is he's a versatile big, really like good solid basics, like a fundamental basic point forward / center, and he can handle the ball and pass as well. Comparisons I've seen from him are Bam Adebayo and Brendan Clark, which is really good for a center in 2020, 2021. So it's gonna go. I'm sure he's gonna do well as well for this year. Have you seen him at all on your side?
I've seen highlights. Okay. That's about it.
Yeah, that's what I said too. Like, I didn't see him like actually play. Like most of these guys, like I've seen games, but like he's the only one that I didn't really like pay attention to. But I'm surprised to see him at number 6. But I guess it's good if he's compared to Brendan Clark and Adebayo. So. Good pick there. And he's projected to go number 6 to the Hawks, and Hawks can get as much talent as they can. They certainly need it right now to pair with Trey Young.
Yeah, Trae Young, they need to build around him.
Yeah, well, Nenad is saying a Balkan baller is a Balkaner to me, and one Balkan I support. There you go, man. Same for me. That's it.
That's right, but
Yeah. All right. So at number 7, we can go quickly over the last ones. Isaac Okoro. So small forward, 6'6", 225. He's some sort of like Matisse Thybulle, if we were to compare to a guy who's in the NBA right now. So like solid wing defender. He has to become a better shooter, but he can get there at some point. And like good athleticism as well. So like so really like some sort of like Matisse Thybulle pretty much, if you want to compare it to someone from this year.
I like the way he plays, but his shooting just sucks. He has to work on his shooting, in my opinion. I like him as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then at number 8 for the Knicks. So this one is really like my sleeper guy. Killian Hayes, point guard, 6'5", 192, from France. I think he has a lot of upside. Like this guy is going to be amazing. Sleeper pick for me, definitely at number 8. Great floor general, great defender as well. Some sort of like scoring playmaker at the point guard position. He's compared to Jamal Murray and Goran Dragic, which are great guys to be compared to. Hey, thanks, Felix. So yeah, great guys to be compared to right now. So yeah, I really like Killian Hayes. You've seen him play, right?
Like highlights again.
Highlights as well, yeah.
I like him though. With the highlights I've seen, I've watched multiple videos on him.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. Like I said, the only thing I know about him, there's only one bad thing that's been bad about him right now is that he turns the ball over at least 25% so far in his last season.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, they all have flaws, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say anything about that. That could be any reason, right?
Yeah. No, but all these guys have flaws. That's for sure. Like they're kids.
Yeah.
I mean, like
no, but that's
18, 19, 20.
Like that stands out. 25%.
No, it does. You're right. It does.
You're telling me
but
every
still,
time he touches the one every 4 times he's gonna lose it.
Yeah. But see, that's like less than any point guard that plays for the Knicks right now. So it's fine for me, I guess. And yeah, maybe I'm like so high on him because he's projected to be drafted by the Knicks, and like we just need a point guard right now. So even though we have like three of them, but they all suck. So hopefully he can do something good for us. Next up at number 9, Tyrese Halliburton. So again, point guard from Iowa State, 6'5", 175. Again, great athleticism, some sort of like lengthy playmaker, which is always good. Great defender as well. That's what you're always looking for in a point guard. He can shoot as well. Yeah, playmaker, defender who can shoot. That's a really nice combo to have. Comparisons I've seen is Lonzo Ball and DeJounte Murray, which I'm not sure because like neither of those guys.
I don't know if we should compare somebody to Lonzo Ball. That's not good.
Well, I think the comparison was just like because he's like some sort of like long point guard who can defend, and that's what Lonzo does best to me. Like he can be a better playmaker, but he's a good defender. But yeah, I really like Tyrese Halliburton as well. I think he's going to do well in the NBA too. Maybe even the NBA is going to be a better fit for him than the NCAA was. And finally, projected at number 10 for the Suns, Saddiq Bey. I really love this pick as well. He's some sort of do-it-all forward. He's 6'8", 216 from Villanova. Plays small forward. He would be like some sort of mix between Jimmy Butler and Jaylen Brown. Some sort of like forward who can do it all on the floor like Jimmy Butler, but who can shoot a bit more maybe than him. Well, he was really good in the playoffs again, but like normally he's an amazing shooter. He's not a lights out shooter. I feel like Saddiq Bey might get there at some point. And like this past year in the NCAA, he was shooting 45% from 3, which is really, really good for a young guy. So So yeah, that's about it for the top 10. There's a bunch of other guys who might be sleepers out there. Like I like Carol Edwards Jr. at point guard. Cole Anthony can be good as well. RJ Hampton as well. Like he's been talked a lot.
Yeah, he has.
So yeah, like this isn't like a great draft like the past year or the past 2 years per se, but I still feel like it shouldn't be slept on. There's a bunch of like really interesting guys. I feel like the hardest picks would be like the first ones, like top 5. It's going to be like really hard to choose which guy you need to select. But if you're in the kind of like the end of that top 10, it gets like kind of like easier to kind of know like, oh, this guy looks better than this other one. So it might be easier for those guys.
Out of that 10 you mentioned, who do you, if you're because you're going by CBC Sports, correct?
CBS, yeah. Yeah.
Who would be the sleeper number 1 for you out of that 10 that you just mentioned?
Well, they have LaMelo Ball at number 1, but I just don't think that Minnesota should draft him just because of the fit. But again, I might be wrong. Maybe you draft him and you put him on the floor with D'Angelo Russell.
Do you think that order is going to be correct? What you see there, or you think there might be a little change here and there?
Well, what's going to change it to me is that some teams are going to trade their picks, right? So,
that's what for example, saying. A lot of people are going to be trading their picks. I heard.
Yeah. So if let's say the Warriors they don't want to keep their pick, and they trade it to, I don't know, man, like the Bulls or something. Maybe Bulls need someone different than Anthony Edwards or James Wiseman. So you never know. Like there's plenty of time for things to change still. Plenty of trades gonna happen, and I think like this past season having been like this long with the bubble and the pandemic and everything, I feel the GMs are kind of like excited to be able to finally do something, right? Like to pull out some moves and like do some trades and have some fun with their assets and their teams.
Let's hope so, man. I want to see some crazy trades.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Who do you think should go number 1?
Like I said, I'm gonna stick with my pick, and I think Anthony Edwards is gonna go number 1.
Yeah.
But I think Deni Avdija will go in the top 4.
Okay. That's possible.
Because what I like about him, and a lot of teams look at, is transitional 3-point shooters, and he's one of those guys that can do that.
Yeah, he's not afraid to shoot. So yeah.
No, like that's what Dražen was, right? Dražen was this transitional 3-pointer. Like if Dražen was playing in today's game, he'd score 40 points easily every game. In my opinion.
I think so too. Yeah, he would have been a great fit for today's game.
Yeah, like that's a key thing to have in any. I think any team that's looking for something right now, that's something they will be looking for. Someone who can.
For sure.
So I think that might bump him up a little bit, not just because I like him. I think that might bump him up just because of that perspective, in my opinion.
For sure.
And Obi Toppin, I really like him. Those are my two tops.
But that's what I like about this. Like, there's so many guys like interchangeable. Nobody knows. That's it. But I'm curious to see like how
my top 10 is pretty much exactly like yours. It just one might be 7 or 8.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But
that James Wiseman's good, and Killian Hayes is really good.
What I'm interested in seeing now is because
I think these guys just need a little bit more time.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, and especially like even their seasons were cut off, so like they still kind of like didn't like fully finish their seasons. They didn't fully develop, so lots of work to be done. But I'm seeing a lot of potential. I'm kind of happy with this draft class, at least for the top 10. That's for sure. Maybe just like maybe to finish on this, since we're talking about the draft class, I know when I hear like your opinion on the upcoming cards, because like Panini still needs to make cards even though the season isn't happening and it's gonna just start in January, right? So they still have like a couple of releases coming.
Yeah, they have actually. I saw a release list for next year. I think it was on CBC on the CBC group.
Yeah,
someone posted the whole release and stuff like that. And
what I'm worried is that
it's so the regulars every year.
Yeah, because like the first, like let's say like the first Prism cards you start seeing from the guys are the ones with like the uniforms and everything. If the season isn't started, I like they're gonna need to get creative to have like something to put on those cards, right? Because if
Oh,
if the guy's not playing,
of course, exactly, right? Like, well, there will be a season, so that's not one thing. There is going to be a season. The NBA has proven that they can have a season during the pandemic.
yeah.
So
But
they're
so
gonna have a season. Now with these cards, my main worry is what the values of these boxes are going to be and stuff like that.
right,
Like, okay, there was hype behind Zion, so that brought a lot of value up on the Prisms. When it came to Luca, at first it wasn't expensive until his hype came up, right?
you got crazy, yeah. I think
Um,
it's gonna do that. I think it's gonna go down a bit just because of the hype not being there, like you
I
say.
think it's going to be the same reason. I think it's going to be the same thing. Once one of these guys, if one or two of these guys start proving themselves,
Mm,
or even actually no, it needs to be more than one or two guys. But if at least five of these guys start proving themselves, I think guys will start buying into these sets.
for
Because
sure.
then if you're looking at five different guys to get, from five different teams, right? Why not?
Yeah, yeah. No, for like as soon as they start playing, you start seeing a couple of highlights from them, and like Lamelo is a highlight machine. Anthony Edwards is a highlight machine. James Wiseman, if he ends up playing with Steph Curry, like as soon as Steph throws that ball up in the air and like Wiseman starts finishing those alley oops, he's gonna be a highlight machine as well. Like as
Yeah.
soon as we start seeing Obi Toppin is gonna be a freak of a highlight machine too, man. So as soon as we start seeing those guys on those highlights, price is gonna go up again. But I feel like they might be down for a bit in the beginning, like you were saying, but. Yeah, I think it's going to get back to the prices where we were accustomed to this past year
Yeah.
fairly soon.
Well, like right now, I'm just going to give you an example. Like Prism retail prices haven't dropped; they've actually gone up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Uh, I'm
But
just using
value
that.
of the cards has gone down a bit, though.
The value of the cars have gone down a bit,
Mm.
but like it's the like my surprise, like certain cards, that's why they're so low. Like Obsidian, to me is not an expensive product right now,
Mm.
but it should be because when it comes to Obsidians, when it comes to their rookie cards, I know it was like that in 1819. It was hard to get centering on these cards.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was so if you got a 9.5, like a Luka Doncic, like even a base Obsidian card, they were beautiful cards. I had like four of those cards of Luka's. Love
yeah.
those cards.
Mm.
That's one of my favorite sets. Like I usually go by the look, right? That like even the high voltage, like I love this look. I think this is
Yeah. Speaking
NBA
of
Group
that,
did a great job with this.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, speaking of those, while we're at it, and since we're about to end this in a
Yeah.
couple of minutes, if anyone who hasn't commented or entered the free giveaway yet, that's watching right now, all you need to do is comment hashtag the Eurostep in the comments in the video, and we're gonna put you guys in the free giveaway random that's gonna be ran right after this video. So maybe we can give you a minute or two to get your comments in if you want, guys,
Or questions or anything like that, guys.
or questions or anything. Feel free to ask. And yeah, if you have comments maybe on our performance, I think it was pretty good, Steven.
We
What
did
do you
good,
think?
man. I'm excited. I can't wait to do it next week.
You were like the Stephen A. Kanyar of the Balkans.
Hey, no, Pohorovatsky, man. Sanyard.
Sanya. Oh shit. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Sanya. Okay. Okay. Right.
But one guy, like I said, I'm just gonna show you a quick card if you're not getting any questions. I just bought 26 of these, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I saw that. That's nice.
First ballot of the draft, just one of my sleepers. What's up, Ned? Cool, Nanad.
Yeah, you're in there, Nenad.
This is one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, that one's amazing. That's nice.
It's a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love these Mamba cards. I have a Luka
Yeah.
PSA 7 like this, but that one's numbered out of 75.
They're not crazy expensive as well. I've seen them.
The Lucas.
Well, the Lucas are, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
It's downstairs. I don't have it up here. See, like I'm gonna give you an example. I have this card here. I think I showed it to you before.
Maureen, nice. Thanks, Maureen. Hey, I'll get you in the random as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, that Lucas is crazy.
You're right. And they should have an all-star team. It should be the Balkans versus like they should have 3 teams in the all-star game. They should have the Balkan team. They should have a Team World and USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the centering on this, I just want to show you this card. The centering I got an 8.5 on this. 8.5 centering, if you can see it good.
Can you just like put it a bit lower?
Oh, like is it a glare?
No, just lower. Lower it a bit. That's it. Huh. You got 8.5 on that?
Yeah, centering.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's not. That's
But that's one of my favorite cards of his. One of my favorite cards of Lucas.
You should break that case and get it graded again, just like send it to PSA or something.
Yeah, I've been debating. I sent a bunch in this last about 2 months ago. I'm waiting for a batch to come in, but I did pick this up at the show on last Sunday.
Oh wow, that's nice.
The Devontae Graham. It's 7 out of 10.
That's nice. Wow. Yeah, that's a good one.
I did a trade. With some guy with some Trey Youngs, and I think that's a good pickup. I have his pass break auto. I have a couple of his optic chromes, hollows,
nice.
And stuff. So yeah.
Good stuff.
Anyway,
hey, this was really fun, man.
Yeah, it was good, man. We'll be back next week.
Yeah, next week, Thursday. We'll try to keep this on Thursdays, guys, if it's okay for you. Hopefully, some people is gonna watch it afterwards as well. I know it might be like late for some guys, but for those who
it to YouTube once we're done.
For sure, and for those who have watched, thanks a lot, guys.
Much appreciated, guys.
Thanks for commenting as well. Like it was really fun to kind of like have you guys' questions and inputs, and yeah, this was really great. So we're gonna end this here, and we're gonna run the random for the Luka Doncic high voltage right after.
Can you take care of that for me, Asmir?
Yeah, I'll just put the list on the group, and I'll tag the random guys.
Just make a post. Just make a post, and that's it. That's it.
For sure. All right. Thank you guys so much.
PM me. I'll send it out to them.
All right. Cool. All right.
Anyway, Asmir.
Nenad is saying, guys, you did a great job. Informative. Well, so nice. Recently got back to the hobby. Collect. Nice. Good. Hey, thank you so much, Nenad. That's really
Nenad. Much appreciated, man.
All right.
All right, Asmir, good talking to you, man. Lako noch. Nice zdravie.
All right, lako noch. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Welcome to the Eurostep, guys.
All right.